What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I trust you're doing very well. Personally, I had a great trading week, securing a little over 900 pips from the market, with AUD/JPY alone giving 500 pips from the both trade positions I got in on this week. Now, this right here is one of my juiciest trade setups this year. And as is my tradition, in this video, I will be going over the thought process that influenced my taking this trade, breaking down the trade setup in details to my very exact entry execution. And I actually did share the setup with the Telegram channel. As you can see right here, on the 6th, here we are the first entry for sales on the 6th. You can clearly see the timestamp. And then we had the second sell position on the 7th. Just like I already called out on the channel. Actually, on the 8th was when we had the second. And you can see the timestamps also. So if you are not yet a part of the channel, I'll leave the link in the description of this video. Do yourself the good of joining as quickly as you can. Without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. So yeah, I'll quickly clear up on my charts so I can start again from scratch. Moving down to the weekly time frame, like I always do, a top-down analysis. I'll start out with the higher time frames just to get a more holistic view of the market direction. Very clearly on the weekly time frame, we can see AUD/JPY is very bearish. And then this is one market condition I always like to take advantage of, the trending market conditions. And once you see the higher time frames trending very strongly, it gives you higher probability trade setups, trading in line with the higher time frame directional bias. So clearly we had this sell-off right here that shifted the market structure. Now, this is me trying to take my time to make sure you get this very clearly. So we had a sell-off right here, shifting the market structure from bullish to bearish on the weekly time frame perspective. And then we had ourselves a lower high right here. Had ourselves a lower high right here. And from that point, we started pointing us lower highs and then lower lows from that point. And this was what? The most recent swing low. And then we had what? The nice retracement. And this is where it kind of gets a little bit complicated. Because at this point, many persons would think, oh, the market structure is no longer bearish and we are very much bullish. Because we are kind of seeing price kind of pointing higher right here, higher than the previous high. And then we had a low, and then we're having ourselves a higher low, and then blah, blah, blah. And guys, you have to understand this is a complicated pullback. As long as we stayed below this level right here, as long as we stayed below this, as price stays below this level right here, EUDJPY is very much what? In a bearish market structure. Because what? This is the swing high that led to what? This swing low. So this is the previous lower high that led to what? This lower low. So for us to consider what? A shift in the market structure from bearish to bullish, on the weekly time frame perspective, we have to come and see price clearly what? And then close what? Above this level right here. And we never did that. So every one of the activities playing in this zone right here are all just what? A complex pullback. And then we had ourselves what? 100% retracement, coming back to test what? Previous swing highs. And this happens to be what? A key level, as you can see. You can see previously, looking to the left, you had the level acted as a support, and then we had a break of the level, and then what? A broken support becomes a new resistance. And then we had what? A seller from the level. And clearly we are back to what? We're back against the level. And now this is where it kind of starts getting what? Interesting, guys. You have to start gathering what? Every one of these confluences, these strong reasons. You have to build a strong case why you should what? Be looking to what? Get in on any trade setups you want to. So we had clearly the weekly time frame on GJ, very clearly in a bearish market structure. And then also what? We had ourselves what? A weekly just swing high, your retracement, 100% retracement of what? The weekly previous swing high. Yeah. 100% retracements, and we had ourselves what? The 93,000 psychological run number there. So that's a weekly retest of key level, 93,000 psychological run number. Like we have established previously, looking to the left, the level acted as what? A support, and then we had a break. The broken support becomes what? A new resistance. Previously, we reacted off of the level, or we had ourselves a nice what? Seller from the level. And then we came very quickly back into the level from the weekly time frame perspective, having seen what this complex market structure, complex structure, then what? We had a 100% retracement of the previous weekly swing high. And then what did we get to see right here? We had the first test of this level, and then we reacted off the level, and then we had price come back a second time to test the level, pointing us what? A weekly double top. So clearly, we had ourselves what? A weekly double top. And then what again can we get to see? Now, guys, when once price what? Trades back to what? To key levels, major supply levels, like we have right here. You want to what? Look very closely the candlestick patterns that forms right at the level. So what can you notice from this right here? We're having to see what? Rejections from the level, weak rejections from the upside. So you can see we had this very bullish candlestick and the nice what? Weak rejection closed. And then the next week or so we had what? A rejection. And also what? We're having to see what? The third rejection from what? This very key level. And we're having to see what? Four weekly what? Rejections from the level. For every of the times we tested this level on 4 different occasions, we are at what? Candlestick weak rejections from the level. And this gives us clues, guys. If the market wanted to what? Get past this level, it would have done that already. So once you start seeing what? Lots of candlesticks rejection, weak rejection from what? From key levels, it gives you clues that what? Whichever party is previously what? In charge of the market, controlling the market, now most likely what? Losing steam. And there's a higher percent chances that what? The opposite party will most likely what? Take dominance from that. And then because this is very much what? A seller's zone. As you can see, this is a supply level. This is very much a seller's zone. You can see what? We're having to see what? Sellers rejecting what? Buyers from getting price what? Past this level. That explains what? The lot of what? Candlestick weak rejections were seen from what? From the upside for every time we tested this level. So that leads me to what? Saying what? We had ourselves what? Weak rejection. From weekly supply level, weekly key level, weekly supply level, all the same. So what ourselves what? The weak rejection from weekly supply level. And having closed this way 2 weeks ago, I clearly what was very kind of certain for a fact. I wouldn't say 100% certain. I was kind of certain for a fact that what price was not going to what get past this level. Because if it wanted to, it would have done that already. So having to see the lot of weak rejections from the level, I was kind of convinced that what we are very much likely to start heading towards to the downside. So what the weekly double tops. Now this takes me down to what? To the daily time frame. As I've clearly gathered what enough confluences from the weekly time frame. Moving down to the daily time frame, what do we get to see? Very clearly also, now you can see what this whole complex pullback I talked about from the weekly time frame. And I know this is where market structure kind of gets a little bit complicated. Having to see the fact that what we had this as a swing low, and then what this being a higher low, this being a higher low, and then what? So All of these guys is just what? A complex pullback. For as long as what? We stayed below this level. So you can see from the daily time frame, this right here is what? This right here is the swing high that led to what? This what? This swing low. So as long as we stayed below this, every one of these price actions in between are what? Are complex pullbacks. We're still very much what? In a bearish market structure. So this leads me to saying that what? Daily time frame is very much bearish also, even though we're clearly having what? Complex pullback. Daily time frame bearish. And then what happens next? We can see what? We came right into what? Our weekly key level as we established previously. And then what? Having come into the weekly key level, what then do we notice again also? Daily double tops, guys. We had the first leg of the daily double top, and then what? We had the second leg of the daily double. So we're having ourselves what? A daily double top, and then not just that, we're having to see price what? Break below the neckline of what? Of the daily double top. And if you understand your chart patterns very well, you know what? At the break of the neckline of a double top pattern, and then the retest would be what? A better level to look at for entry opportunities in line with whatever trade bias you have. But because we're clearly looking to sell, and then we're having seen price give us what? A daily double tops, and then what? A nice retest of what? Of the neckline of the daily double top. And then also, if I introduce a Fibonacci retracement from previous swing high, introducing the Fibonacci retracement from the previous swing high right here to the most recent what? Swing low. You can see what? We are having what? The neckline of the daily double tops aligning very perfectly with what? The 50 Fibonacci reversal level. We have price break and the retest of neckline. And then also we have ourselves what? Neckline aligns very perfectly with what? The 50 Fibonacci reversal level. So yeah, we have the neckline aligning very perfectly with what? The 50.0 Fibonacci reversal level. And then what? Just like we did from the weekly time frame perspective, again, when once price retests what? Key levels, like we have right here, you want to look very closely the candlestick patterns that forms at the level. And then what do we get to notice here? We're also having to see ourselves what? Rejections from this level, guys. You can clearly see I'm not making this up. Rejections from where? From the upside. This is clearly telling us that what? Sellers are rejecting what? Buyers from what? Moving price anyway past this level. So this level is very much what? A seller's level. And then we're having to see what? Rejections from the upside, telling us that what indeed what the sellers are what committed to what, to making sure that this level holds. lots of rejections from what? From the upside. And then we had what? A nice what? Daily bearish engulfing. So this is a combination of both what? A rejection and then what? Engulfing, as it clearly engulfs the previous daily candlestick close. And this is also a pin bar, a doji. Guys, whatever name you choose to call any one of these, this is very clearly what? A daily reversal what? Candlestick pattern. And as soon as we add what? This very nice what? Rejection, candlestick also closing what? As what? An engulfing, the previous daily candlestick. This is where I moved down to what? The 4-hourly time frame to look for what? Entries with what? Tighter stop losses. And then moving down to the daily time frame, guys. I wouldn't want to make this video too long, but then so this is a level we are interested in right now. Has this been what's the neckline? And then what? From the 4-hourly time frame, we're also very bearish. I wouldn't want to go into too many details, but we had ourselves what? A nice structure shift. From the 4-hourly time frame perspective, from bullish to bearish right here. So you can clearly see this was a previous swing low, higher low that led to what? This higher high. And then we had what? A nice sell-off, breaking and closing below what? This previous higher low, shifting the market structure on the 4-hourly time frame perspective from what? From bullish towards the bearish. So we're having what? Our theory time frames in alignment. The weekly time frame bullish. The daily time frame also clearly bullish. And then what? The 4-hourly time frame also what? Bullish, like we have established. And then also what? I had myself a nice what? This was what? Actually what? A nice head and shoulder pattern from right what? At the level, our point of interest, the level where we're looking towards to sell from. So at the retest of what? Of the neckline of the daily double top, we're having ourselves what? An head and shoulder pattern formation. So we're having to see what? The head and shoulder pattern form what? Right at the neckline. Also, we're having to see price what? We're testing the 4-hourly exponential moving average. And then all of the confluences were what? So strong at this very level. So as you can see, we had a break of the exponential moving average, and then we're having to see what? A retest of the exponential moving average. And then what? Price closing backwards below the exponential moving average, shifting the market structure to bearish. And also what? I had my confirmations for short at the potential right shoulder as soon as we closed. Just below the neckline. So as soon as we traded back below the neckline of what? The head and shoulder pattern from the 4-hourly time frame, I had my entry for short somewhere at this level right here. But a tight stop loss on this. And then what? So yeah, my entry signal was what? The potential right shoulder, and then what? Having traded closing below the neckline was where I had my entry for shorts somewhere at the level right here. And then we had our first tick level profit. Going back to the daily time frame. Bringing back the Fibonacci retracements on daily from previous swing high right here to most recent swing low. So I had my first point of consideration for take profits at where 90.800 price level. The negative 27.2 Fibonacci level. So that was where I pretty much had my first concern and level for what? First take profit. Also very clearly, you can see what? The level is what? A daily key level. Looking to the left, you can see previously we had the level acted as what? A resistance. Is resistance, and then a break of the level, price came back, we had the level acted as a support. And then what? We had the level also acted here as a support, then a support again. And then I was very much expecting what? That upon price coming back to the level again, we would expect the level to act also again as well. So I'd very much told the Telegram channel this was the first level for what? TP. And then we had price quickly what? Break below this level with a very what? Bearish candlestick close below the level. And as soon as we had this daily close below this level, I knew for a fact that what price was going to what? Head even much further to the downside. So we had this right here. We had closed below this daily key level, 90.800 psychological round number. Previously, we considered lots of what? Rejections we had off of the level. As soon as we had the daily close below the level, I knew what? The next level stop for AUDJPY would be what? This level right here. 88.700 level right here. And then what? This was where I updated the Telegram channel that what? Having closed below what? This level, very bearish. Also, if we introduce this trend line here, we had a very clear break also of the trend line. We'll be looking to what? To scale in what? A second sell position at the retest of 90.800 psychological round number daily key level, which price what gave us a very nice GC opportunities from the level also. And our entries was from the 4-hour time frame. So yeah, we had ourselves a break, and then the retest of this level. Actually, we took the trade from here, from the 1-hourly time frame. So we had what? A retest of previously broken supports on new resistance. We're retesting what? Clearly the 1-hourly EMA, as you can see, expected to act also what? As a dynamic what? Support, as a dynamic resistance. And then what? We clearly had ourselves a nice what? clearly had ourselves a nice daily, a nice 1 hourly double top, just at the level, and then what? Lots of what? Rejection candlesticks from the upsides. And then what? At the close of this momentum candlestick, just below this level right here, was when I what? Had my second entry for shorts. Sorry guys, the network is acting up. Yes, so we had a second entry for shorts, just right here. For a nice 125 RR. You can see how very quickly what price moved all the way down to what. So our take profit, 88,700 psychological round number. And that's how we pretty much what secured ourselves what a total of 500 on AUD JPY this week. Guys, do well to join the Telegram channel as I break out every one of these setups I share on the Telegram channel every now and then. And then you really want to take advantage of this, please, if you find this video very insightful, do well to hit the subscribe button and then like this video, share also. Leave me your thoughts in the comment section, guys. See you in the next video.